mwasi bakobenga Chéri Bondowe. Nasalaki ngoma kwela pe na divorce. Nakoluka ngozeno me akolinga ngai ngo mama. Mobali nabalaki bandeko aboyaki ngai po basala ngai koma na elongi. Kula sanza pe mikolo na matama nakolataka zigida na tendela mibalio po balulaka ngai. Ye mobali bakobenga Papa Bondowe. Akuzolazola tima akolinga ye te. Akopesa efalanga po alinga ye. Akosala ngolo basu na suki bambangi. Akolata ngonsadisa fo jene o mawana ye. Kaindumba matadi wa Chéri Bondowe. Nakoteka tanga wisi na zando bambangi. Nasomba zigida o nakoteka kalongwila. Nazali ndumba mopere bakoluka kangai ngo mama. Kai mwasi ya mpaka ya Chéri Bondowe. Nakota ango miziki na binaka te. Yangai kola alobi nakomi mpaka. Nafungoli nganda bakwiti pona mosolo naleisa bashushu mama. Kai nakoluka nanga Chéri Bondowe. Atutela ngai makemba nalia mosaka. Pondumba Bondowe bazuwa ekozalaka te. Nakumuzola bapangi pona mungolo fie na falanga mama ye ye ye.
The song of Dominic Kakolobongo, a brother who grew up, born in Zambia, grew up in Zaire, the Democratic Republic of Congo today, and now lives in Belgium. Now, wow, I love this guy. He has no boundaries. He's like Africa mix. We mix it all up here and on KLW. My name is Edwin Okongo, and today we've got who have we got here? Mr. Nado. We've got
we have special guests, a very important special guest. He's a journalist from Congo. He lives in Brussels in Belgium, and he has a TV show, and he's visiting the Bay Area, and we are just so excited to have him in the studio. And of course, we also have Mr. Daniel Nikuna, who's a long-time Bay Area resident. He's also from the Congo. And we have a choreographer, dancer, and the director of the Kiandanda Theater Group of Dance, Bib Biben, is also in the studio. Last week we had all the Kenyan here.
Oh, today is the Congo.
It's a competition.
Yeah, by the way, Biben, welcome. He's a friend of the show. He didn't even need an introduction here. So welcome. It's good to see you, Kiandanda.
Thank you.
Yes.
So this is Mr. Bobo Koyangbwa, and he's a well, the name is Pastor Bobo Koyangbwa. He's a journalist and manager of the TV station over there in Belgium. It is called MPB-TV. And we are so pleased to have him here this evening to talk about his television show. And also we're going to ask him his expression about politics, social issues going on in the continent. Pastor, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Mr. Daniel, you're going to be doing the translation, okay?
Okay. So,
I will try.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You are fine?
Yeah.
Well, and I see that you can manage a little bit speaking English, huh?
I can talk, but it will be better if Daniel translates for me.
Yes, okay. So, welcome to the Bay Area, okay? Soyez les bienvenus ici à San Francisco. Et c'est votre première fois ici à San Francisco?
Non, c'est ma deuxième fois à San Francisco.
No, this is not the first time. It's the second time in San Francisco and the Bay Area.
Tell us about your program, your TV program in Belgium.
Ma télévision s'appelle MPB TV, dans le micro du pasteur Bobo. Comment ça a commencé? J'ai fait des études de communication en Belgique.
Oui.
Et quand j'ai terminé mes études, il y avait un problème de communication au niveau de l'Europe où il y avait beaucoup d'Africains, mais on n'avait pas accès dans leurs chaînes de télévision, dans leurs médias. Il fallait quand même communiquer. Il y avait beaucoup d'Africains, mais on n'avait pas d'espace. Vous pouvez avoir le même diplôme, même université, mais l'espace était réservé, entre guillemets, aux whites. Bon, il fallait, heureusement, avec l'arrivée des réseaux sociaux, c'était vraiment très bien pour nous. Il fallait lancer, on a lancé.
Il y a combien d'années?
Bientôt 8 ans.
Nado?
Oui.
Oh,
Yes.
can we translate
Yes.
a little bit? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm lost here. I know it.
Okay, Daniel.
Well, he came from Congo and did communication studies in Brussels, Belgium. And at the time, there wasn't any platform for African to have
In the media, huh?
exactly information, or even for that matter, the jobs were really limited for black people coming from Africa. So that's where 8 years ago came the idea to set up a platform for African people, and him especially. He started about 8 years ago.
8 years ago. Now, de quoi vous parlez dans votre émission? What do you talk about in your show, on your TV show?
Merci beaucoup pour la question. Je rappelle encore que le déclic, d'abord le déclic, j'étais en Israël, en voyage en Israël avec beaucoup de pasteurs. L'ambassade d'Israël avait contacté des pasteurs européens pour faire le rapprochement entre Israël et les pasteurs européens. Parce que l'Amérique, vous comprenez bien l'Israël, mais nous en Europe, c'est vraiment... on ne comprend pas bien Israël. Donc il fallait faire le marketing. Et j'étais parmi la délégation. On est parti en Israël. Et c'est là vraiment que c'était le déclic que j'ai commencé. Mais dans ma chaîne, d'abord c'est beaucoup plus politique. On fait des émissions politiques par rapport au Congo, mon pays, par rapport à l'Afrique. Il y a un côté culturel, social, et puis la vie des Africains en Europe, comment on vit.
So he started reporting in Israel, but the main topic on his show basically is politics, Congolese politics, and African also in general.
Does he talk about the issues that Africans are having in Europe also?
Oui, la vie des Africains en Europe, on en parle. Comment on vit la situation en général.
Alors, pour le journaliste africain que vous êtes, comment expliquez-vous qu'un continent le plus riche, ce que le reste du monde veut, diamants, or, pétrole, plusieurs ressources naturelles, n'est-ce pas? Et pourtant, on a des pays africains et une population pauvre et démunie. Pourquoi cela? I just asked him, why is it that a continent, that's Africa, with all the mineral resources, diamond, gold, all things that everybody needs around the world, how come the countries are so poor and the population as well?
Pour comprendre cela, c'est facile. Il faut remonter à l'histoire. Berlin, 1885. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé là-bas? Ils se sont partagés l'Afrique. Les grandes puissances se sont partagées l'Afrique par des zones d'influence. Et vers les années 60, c'était les indépendances. Malheureusement, les colons, les colonisateurs ont beaucoup plus placé des régimes marionnettes qui pouvaient facilement contrôler et continuer à pomper, à voler les richesses de l'Afrique.
So you have to go back in 1885, where they had this Berlin conference. It's at that time Africa was split, and so the colonies had their own system. So, but even after the independence, they still control the new regime president in place. So really, it's one of the reasons Africa has some issues.
So the old colonial power set up a puppet regime.
Exactly.
Now, it's been 50, some places close to 60 years. Why do you think it keeps happening? Do you think there any progress is being made in those 50 years?
Alors, cela fait presque 60 années de l'indépendance des pays africains. Alors, comment se fait-il que cela peut toujours continuer?
En partie, il y a aussi la complicité des dirigeants africains. Donc, ils arrivent au pouvoir par des moyens frauduleux, pas d'élections crédibles. Des élections, c'est beaucoup plus pour crédibiliser leur forfait. Et cela pousse ces gens, jusqu'à aujourd'hui, malheureusement, des dictateurs volent, appuyés par des Occidentaux, et c'est le peuple qui en pâtit.
Well, one of the factor is the African themselves. We are specifically talking about the politicians. Usually they come to power in fraudulent way. So you cannot expect any progress when you don't have true elections in Africa.
So then are we doomed?
Alors nous sommes totalement foutus alors. C'est ce que mon collègue...
On n'est pas foutus. C'est pourquoi nous dénonçons, comme journalistes, on en parle, il y aura des générations, même si aux États-Unis, il y a eu des révolutions, en Europe aussi, il y a eu la révolution française. Il faut dénoncer, sensibiliser pour que la nouvelle génération des Africains puisse penser autrement, faire autrement. Espérons que la révolution qu'on a appelée la révolution arabe, entre guillemets, qui a bouleversé l'Afrique blanche, pourra aussi secouer l'Afrique noire. On espère.
Well, as a journalist, I think we're trying to play a little role to denounce what is happening in Africa. And we hope that what happened in Maghreb could also happen in Sub-Saharan
Africa. Yeah, he said that he hoped that what happened with the Arab Spring and similar things happened to the African Spring there. And because every country, even the United States, they had a revolution, they had their own problem. Maybe the new generation will take that up on the hand.
That's very true. But, one more question. There's something about us Africans that seems to be to attract people to come and poke us in our psyche. If you look, how, for example, Belgium, where I live, how do they control the Congo? And how do they still continue to control? What is it in our African psyche that?
Alors, qu'est-ce qui est dans l'esprit de nous, les Africains, que des gens comme les Européens, ils viennent et puis nous essaient de nous piquer dans la tête et des trucs comme ça, et puis réussir à nous soutirer, à nous voler. Qu'est-ce qui est dans notre esprit, nous les Africains? Pasteur, est-ce que vous pouvez vraiment essayer de décortiquer cela? Qu'est-ce qui nous fait de telle sorte que nous sommes aussi faibles, que ces gens-là viennent et puis nous font des petites manières et nous...
Bon, faible, oui, faible. Comme je l'ai dit, c'est depuis 60. Il y a eu la révolution. La révolution des 60, les Africains ont réclamé les indépendances. On a eu des indépendances, mais malheureusement, ils avaient placé des dirigeants qui ont pris le pouvoir par des coups d'État, ils ont renversé, et ces gens-là travaillaient ou travaillent jusqu'à aujourd'hui pour des intérêts européens. Par exemple, on voit la petite Belgique. La Belgique, le Congo c'est 80 fois plus grand que la Belgique. Mais jusqu'à aujourd'hui, c'est la Belgique qui décide, ou la Belgique joue un rôle pour qu'on puisse placer un président au Congo, il faut passer par la Belgique. En Côte d'Ivoire, c'est pareil. Au Kenya, c'est l'Angleterre. Donc, ils ont divisé l'Afrique et malheureusement, cela continue jusqu'à aujourd'hui. Mais il y a l'espoir. L'espoir est là. La nouvelle génération commence à penser autrement, à voir des choses autrement. Je crois d'ici là, les choses vont bouger et on aura notre véritable indépendance. L'Afrique n'est pas indépendante.
Vas-y.
As I said before, after the independence, even though African countries became independent, but they placed in those countries very weak leaders who continue to work on behalf of their old masters. But there is a hope with the new generation, and because it's inconceivable that Belgium, who will go in Congo, who's 80 times Belgium,
bigger.
Yes, continuing to set up who should be president and so on. But, not to repeat myself, he's saying that there is a real hope because there will be new way of thinking.
You're listening to Africa Mix from KLW 91.7 FM.
You want to play some music?
Very heavy stuff here.
Yes,
we're going to break
indeed.
it with music. And
Yes.
we are talking to another, say the name of our guest again.
We're talking to Pastor Bobo Koyangbwa.
Koyangbwa.
He is a journalist and manager of a TV station over in Belgium, in Brussels, and he's visiting the Bay Area, and he's our guest with Mr. Daniel Nikuna, also who's a long-time resident in the Bay Area.
And the music of Congo is the de facto dance music of Africa.
Exactly.
If you're from Africa,
From both Congos.
From both Congo. That's why I say Congo. If you don't dance to that music, you are not African. I'm sorry, but here is Shalamwana with Karibu Yangu.
Mais tu fais bien.
No.
Ouais, ça va
Oh,
bien.
he's a good translator because he's not talking about he said.
Yeah, exactly. I told him to resume it.
Yeah.
Non, non, c'est bien. Yeah, resume it.
Bravo. I had a feeling. I had a hunch that he was going to do it.
In my mind, I thought you were going to do the whole thing. So
No, it's so good to do that back and forth.
Yeah.
You know? It will take you a long time.
Exactly.
But you're doing well.
The music of Shalamwana. This song takes me to Minnesota. I remember being lonely and listening to that. Oh, that album every day.
Did you?
Shalamwana.
You did not. You just listen to her. You didn't dance.
No, I was very
Because
depressed,
it's
by
a
the
very
way.
special, very special style of dance. As a matter of fact, our friend here, Bibin, can tell you a little bit about that dance.
Oh,
The
Biben.
Chalamwana dance. What is it?
Biben, come
What
to
is
the
it
mic.
called? Come to the mic.
Chalamwana, actually, I mean, you know, am I talking?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
hey, hi
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah,
Don't
I
say
mean,
anything bad about Chalamwana.
No, I love her. That's
I know.
Mama Africa. I love Chalamwana. I love Milia Bell also.
Oh, yeah.
So Chalamwana is a style of dance is called Muntwashi, and she is Baluba. So that's a particular ethnic group that is in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and she's the queen of Muntwashi. That's the star because she sings in a mother tongue, as we say, and she's promoted the language, she's promoted the culture of the ethnic dance Muntwashi that's become very popular. And in fact, she studied a career in Ivory Coast and then went back home to the Congo, and now it became a huge African diva.
And she was married at one time to Kabila.
Yes,
father,
the father at
Was
some
she?
point.
Yes.
That's what it is.
She was.
I
I don't think they got married, but
What?
they were definitely dating.
They did?
Yeah,
Okay.
for a while before he passed, and then I think she's. I don't know, but she's not married right now. But she's still our diva. She's still the African, Congolese diva. She's very active until now and training youngsters and passing the legacy, the musical and dance legacy. And she's an amazing dancer.
Shalamwana. That's why I didn't try to dance because I can't.
It's all about the waist.
I know.
Waist. Maja,
No, but
maja,
I do
fuka,
dance, I like.
Maja, maja.
I also like, that she sings in Swahili too. Someone from East Africa. I understand everything she was singing about. That song is in Swahili.
Yeah, she did Swahili, Lingala, of course, French as well. So, yeah.
All right, Nado.
Well, it is almost 6 o'clock in Kinshasa, Brazzaville,
So why don't
and
we
also
do this?
Brazzaville, Congo. Yeah.
Why don't we do this?
Yes.
Because we got to do that station ID
Yes.
thing at the 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Why don't tell us who other guests are, and then we'll bring them on after 10 because I don't want to interrupt.
Yes. Yes, indeed. We're going to bring in Bibin. Bibin from the Kiandanda Dance Theater here in the Bay Area. He's a choreographer and a dancer, and I had a lot of theatrical piece about African dance.
All right, yeah. So, and we'll come back at 10 o'clock.
And we talk some more with Pastor Bobo.
Yes.
Okay?
Meanwhile, here is some more music from Congo. We've got guest here from Belgium, and his name is Bobo Koyangbwa. And he's a TV journalist in Belgium, and very focused on African issues. And today he came to see how we are doing in Trumpland, if we're doing any better than those, if we got a bigger problem than Brexit.
Brexit, yes, indeed. And we want to pick his brain because he's probably much closer to all what's going on in the continent,
Mm-hmm.
So we want to ask him some questions and get his opinion about certain issues in the continent as a journalist, So I wanted to ask him now about the African politics and the human rights, the power grab of those African leaders. When they get into power, it takes them a while to get out of power, and when their terms arrive, they don't want to leave the power, and then people have to fight. They have to have wars in order for them to get them out of the power. So I wanted to ask him, what is his take on all this?
Je m'excuse. Les leaders africains, les dirigeants africains, quand ils sont au pouvoir, ils n'aiment pas céder. Donc, ils se demandent pourquoi cette situation.
Et quelles sont vos opinions là-dessus?
Oui, c'est triste pour l'Afrique, c'est triste pour l'avenir de l'Afrique. Les dirigeants africains, en majorité, ils prennent les pouvoirs, mais ils refusent de quitter. Si je prends l'exemple, je prends à Brazzaville. À Brazzaville, on voit Sassou Nguesso qui quitte le pouvoir normalement par des élections, et c'est les Souba qui gagne. C'était l'espoir, un professeur d'université qui gagne, qui déclare qu'il va transformer le Congo-Brazzaville comme la Suisse d'Afrique. Mais ça n'a pas duré. Avec la complicité des Français, ils sont venus pour chasser les Souba par la guerre. Les Souba a été chassé. En Côte d'Ivoire, c'est pareil avec Gbagbo. Gbagbo a été chassé et puis on a placé Ouattara. Au Congo, c'est pareil. Mobutu finissant, on nous a imposé une guerre qu'on dirait bête, qui a fauché beaucoup de vies humaines, presque 10 à 12 millions de personnes. Et tous ces gens-là, quand ils prennent le pouvoir, ils refusent de quitter le pouvoir parce que les moyens qu'ils ont pour le pouvoir, c'était par les armes, donc, en eux, ils se disent que si je quittais le pouvoir aujourd'hui, je serai traduit en justice, on va me poursuivre, on va m'arrêter. Donc je reste. Or l'Afrique ancestrale n'était pas comme ça.
Non, pas du tout.
L'Afrique ancestrale, donc, ils prennent le pouvoir, ils restent là-bas, ils s'accrochent au pouvoir au détriment de la population, et c'est la misère qui continue. Les Occidentaux qui les placent continuent à piller l'Afrique. Je crois qu'il est temps qu'on puisse changer des lois, modifier des lois, qu'on puisse aussi avoir des anciens présidents.
It's really sad what's happening in Africa. You can take the case of Congo-Brazza. We had somebody who were educated, who thought to transform the country, but then the outside imposed somebody of their own they can control. Same thing in Ivory Coast, and in Congo, they came with a war which has been really detrimental to the development of Congo and really the source of the exploitation. But usually, because if those leaders came in power by force, they don't want to give up, because if they give up, well, maybe either they will be charged with all kinds of crimes. So really, they don't want to give up the power. But I think we should change the way business is done in Africa.
Well, I spoke to, a while back, with a gentleman from the DRC, and I just wanted to, we're having a discussion right here, and he said that the trouble with Congo is that it has everything that the white man wants. How true is that?
I think it's really true. Isn't that? Alors, mon collègue voulait savoir, enfin, il dit qu'il discutait avec un de ses amis, qui est congolais d'ailleurs, de DRC, et qui lui a dit que le problème avec le Congo, c'est parce que le Congo a tout ce que les Blancs veulent.
Pas seulement le Congo, mais beaucoup de pays africains.
Okay.
Beaucoup de pays africains. Oh, je prends encore l'exemple du Congo. Un pays 4 fois plus grand que la France, qui a tous ces minéraux-là. Le coltan, cobalt, cuivre, tout. Et on vous place un primérien, quelqu'un qui n'a même pas fait l'école primaire. Donc on nous impose un Kabila fils entre guillemets, ouais, qui prend le pouvoir, qui n'a pas été à l'école, on sait d'où il vient, et qui s'impose sur le pays plus de 20 ans. Je me pose la question, qui était derrière lui? Un jeune de 20 ans. À l'époque, il avait 24, 25 ans. Il n'a pas étudié. Sans rien, il débarque et il contrôle le pays. Et sous son règne, on parle de plus de 6 millions ou 10 millions, d'autres disent 12 millions de morts. Beaucoup de morts. Et comment cet homme pourra quitter le pouvoir? Aujourd'hui, il y a eu élection, il y a un nouveau président qui est venu, mais quand on voit la personne que la population a vomi, comme par hasard, c'est lui qui gagne. Il gagne le Parlement, il est majoritaire au Parlement, au Sénat, il contrôle les gouverneurs. Donc, manifestement, il n'a pas envie de partir. Et il a peur de partir. C'est ça l'Afrique. Donc, il faut s'accrocher au pouvoir. On s'accroche au pouvoir parce que si vous quittez le pouvoir, il y a risque d'être traduit, exécuté, aller en prison comme au Soudan, Bachir est en prison.
Your question, the situation you described is not unique in Congo. So if you look most of African countries, that's basically the same thing happening there. So usually the power to be imposes or choose what president they want for a given country. Take the case of Congo. Congo was imposed a president who wasn't really educated, who knows if he went beyond grammar school.
Are we talking about Mobutu?
No, Kabila.
Oh, Kabila. Oh, the current president.
Young Kabila.
Oh,
right.
Oh, Kabila, yeah.
Yes. And then recently we had elections, but Kabila, who was supposed to have been gone, still ruling the country, basically behind the scene. So, again, as he said before, once you are in power, you just want to hold on to power because when you leave, you might be in trouble, physically, otherwise. Maybe the international court may be waiting for you.
Or maybe Shala Mwana won't look at you.
Well, maybe she may feel sorry that
yeah. Okay, so I want to ask you a
her
question
man is
now
gone.
About the flight of the young people to Europe. Alors, il y a aussi la fuite des jeunes Africains en Europe, hein, par manque de travail dans leurs pays respectifs, n'est-ce pas? Et qu'en pensez-vous? Qu'est-ce que ces gouvernances de ces pays africains doivent faire pour pouvoir maintenir ces jeunes dans leurs pays respectifs?
Les défis de l'immigration, c'est mondial, là, ça ne date pas d'aujourd'hui. Même l'Amérique, des Européens ont fui l'Europe. Ils ont fui l'Europe pour venir s'installer ici parce qu'en Europe, il y avait la crise, c'était difficile de s'épanouir. Les Blancs d'Europe, c'est les Blancs qui ont fui pour venir ici bâtir l'Amérique. Ça s'est passé dans beaucoup de pays, ça se passe aussi. Aujourd'hui, les jeunes Africains en Afrique, avec ces dictateurs-là, avec ces dirigeants-là, les jeunes ne se retrouvent pas. Pas d'avenir, on ne sait rien faire. Ils ont opté pour prendre des risques, venir en Europe chercher leur vie ou tenter leur vie. Mais là aussi, il y a aussi la complicité des Européens. L'Europe aussi a besoin de main-d'œuvre. Ça s'est fait de manière sournoise. L'Europe déstabilise l'Afrique. Beaucoup d'Africains arrivent, mais ça fait aussi l'affaire des Européens. Parce que la population vieillisse, il faut renouveler.
This is very important what you just said. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Daniel.
So,
Now the question was about the flight. The flight of young people.
Continent.
Yeah.
from the continent to
Europe.
Europe. So, I guess Pasteur Bobo is saying, again, it is not, this doesn't even happen just in Africa. In fact, way back, white European fled Europe to come to America.
Yes.
He didn't mention it, but we see nowadays people coming from the south, south of the border, coming to the U.S. recently. In fact, it's a major issue right now. So it isn't just a situation happening in Africa. And he did mention that it's a kind of irony. It's kind of like, because it's also duplicity of Europe. See, the mess up destabilizes Europe, destabilizes Africa, and the young people don't have any future. So what they do, they go to Europe, and of course Europe also need the labor. People to do
They need the manpower.
Yes, the manpower.
Yeah.
Because they're getting old.
Right.
Yes. Well, and I think that's the other thing that
I never see that way, but that's
right.
true.
Yeah, that's very interesting. But I think the other thing is that Europeans have done a very good job making it appear that whatever they got it by working hard, right? Harder than we do Africans.
Yeah.
When in fact they got it by working harder in oppressing Africans and the other person. So how do we communicate that to the Europeans in a way that they're not going to come to us and say, you're a rebel, you're a terrorist?
Alors, comment communiquer ça aux Européens pour dire que vous êtes complicite à ce qui se passe? Comment le communiquer ça? Pour dire que c'est eux qui sont les terroristes qui viennent terroriser l'Afrique et en fait c'est pour leur bien, quoi.
En tout cas, les intellectuels comme africains les font souvent, les journalistes et les autres les font, mais la faute est comme aux dirigeants africains. J'aurais bien voulu écouter les dirigeants africains à l'ONU, par exemple.
Ouais.
À l'ONU, à New York, c'était un 4e sommet Assemblée générale de l'ONU, dénoncer clairement l'Europe. Mais la majorité des dirigeants africains, ils ont peur. On n'a plus de dirigeants comme à l'époque, des Kadhafi, des Mobutu et les autres qui étaient un peu forts par rapport à leur discours. Donc, malheureusement,
On n'en a plus.
on n'a plus des grands dirigeants qui pouvaient dénoncer ces choses. Mais au niveau des scientifiques, des journalistes, des intellectuels, des jeunes.
On parle.
On parle souvent.
Ouais.
So, I guess I'm starting from the bottom. The journalists are talking about the issue you raised. Unfortunately, we don't have a really strong African leader right now
Leaded with
to denounce
Uh-huh. With the cojones
with the cojones.
to speak up.
yeah, exactly, to denounce all those oppressive acts the European are doing in Africa. So I guess
We need an African Trump. Africa first. Right.
He spoke about.
Le Kwame Nkrumah, par exemple, le Kwame Nkrumah, c'était comme des gens un peu...
Speaking of Kwame Nkrumah, in fact, the president of Ghana recently at the UN, he stood up.
No, I don't.
Yeah, and he said in his speech that Europeans they should be stopping raping Africa. That's what he says. He was the only one that stood up there in his speech, and he said that they should stop raping Africa out of its whole economy, and that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really complicated because Africans have to demand that in larger numbers. So, I mean, we haven't even talked about China. You know, I don't think we have enough time to talk about China. We can talk about that later.
Okay, so let's play some music, and we're going to come back and conclude with Pastor Bobo. Yes?
Sure. It's
Okay.
Yondo sister.
Ah, Yondo sister, the wicked.
A lot of guests here in the studio from Congo. We got Bobo Koyangbwa, who is a TV journalist from the Congo, but working in Belgium and has worked in Israel, and we are so blessed to have him here tonight. Got my co-host Emmanuel Nadeau. We got Daniel here.
Daniel Licuna from the Congo, who
from
lives in the
Congo.
Bay Area in Patterson. And he's the host of Pastor Bobo.
And then we got Ben, who is with Kiandanda, is here. We're going to be talking to him later. So, Nadeau.
Alors, d'abord, comment vous trouvez le Bay Area? How do you find Bay Area, the Bay Area?
How do you like it?
Bay Area. La Bay Area, c'est la région de San
La région de
Francisco.
San Francisco s'appelle la Bay Area.
En tout cas,
Comment vous trouvez ça?
fantastique.
Alors, qu'est-ce que vous avez aimé? Qu'est-ce que vous avez visité?
J'ai visité le
Golden Gate Bridge.
Bridge, hein.
Yeah, d'accord.
J'ai beaucoup aimé.
Oui, d'accord. Et quoi d'autre? Vous êtes baladé un peu...
Le mall.
Hein?
Le
I'm just
le
asking him
magasin.
what he liked in the Bay Area, you know, the place that he had visited and how he liked the Bay Area.
Yeah, how do you see all these African wealth around here? No, the sweat, the African sweat, the fruits of African labor here, right? That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
They don't like to hear that. Anyway.
Alors, it was really a great pleasure to have him, a great honor for him to be able to come to visit us here at Africa Mix and shed light on some of the social issues, political and human rights issues in the continent. We appreciate that very much. And how can we watch his TV show here in the Bay Area?
C'était un plaisir de te recevoir ici au studio. Et en fait, je veux savoir comment les gens peuvent regarder ta télévision ici dans le Bay Area, la région de San Francisco.
Et quel est le site?
Si tu as un site ou peut-être un lien qu'on peut donner.
Entre autres, Pour voir mes publications, on peut aller sur ma chaîne YouTube.
YouTube.
Ma chaîne YouTube, Bobo Koyangbwa. Il y a ma page Facebook micro MPB TV, qui veut dire micro du pasteur Bobo.
Ok. Donc je vois ça. Ok. Alors M stand for microphone, P stand for pastor, and B stand for Bobo TV. So it's M P B T V. And he had a YouTube channel. You can go on YouTube. Just type in Bobo Koyangbwa. Let's spell it for him, for the listeners.
Bobo is B-O-B-O, and then Koyangbwa is K-O-Y-A-N-G-B-W-A.
Et je passe aussi sur satellite, mais là il faut avoir des décodeurs, mais c'est plus facile, c'est par YouTube.
Par YouTube. Alors, if you have a message to give to all the Africans living in the United States, what will that message be? Si vous aviez un message à passer à tous les Africains qui habitent aux États-Unis, quel sera ce message?
Don't forget Africa.
Very nice.
Don't get too comfortable.
So you can do something for Africa. Africa is our country, our father, our mother. Don't forget.
Very good.
Very good. Very
No
short.
translation there.
No.
He spoke
I'm glad.
English.
You can tell
Very
the man
good.
is passionate.
Yeah, he's passionate.
About the, yes.
Pastor Bobo Koyangbwa, really thank you for coming to Africa Mix. We appreciate that. And next time you come around, come to visit again.
And I'm going to say in only French, I know, merci beaucoup.
Asante sana.
That's better.
How do you say that in Kenya now?
You just say it.
Oh, okay.
Asante sana in Swahili.
Okay.
Et vraiment, moi personnellement, c'est un plaisir de revoir Nado. Ça fait plus de 5 ans, depuis la mort de Kissa Santa Cruz, d'Adjuma.
Oui, d'Adjuma, oui, c'est ça.
Ah ouais. Et Edwin
Okongo.
Congo. Congo.
Yeah.
It's a real pleasure to see. We had a great time here. You put us at ease, and I'm talking on behalf of myself and also Pastor Bobo. I think you were very generous of you.
Oh no, it's our duty.
To accept it. And he will take your offer to come back here next time if he's in the Bay Area.
And tell them about Africa Mix and tell them about Africans coming together. We should be knowing more and connecting more because, as he said, it's one continent, and we always, the music here we sing about Africa.
Yes.
There's no continent that has so many songs written about it.
Okay.
It's time we started acting like that. It's good to see you. So, merci beaucoup. Asante sana.
Thank you.
Un dernier mot? Tu veux dire un dernier mot?
No.
Merci beaucoup.
No, what he said is that's it. Don't forget Africa.
All right, thank you guys. So
We're
gonna play one more song and we'll bring B-Ben on. And this has been Africa Mix. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Okay, hello.